Richard. Don't get much rest ever, do you? Don't not come to a sleeper but a dream. Say hi to the people that's gone.
Hi to the people that's gone.
When you play a real person that is still alive.
She has said something. I told you what's happening. You're dealing with a little black kid. Let her be a kid. And she done answered it with a lot of confidence. Leave her alone.
Sorry, Rick, it's showtime. It's always showtime, isn't it, Richard?
We don't belong here. We belong someplace else. We belong back in the ghetto.
That is King Richard, Will Smith playing.
On TV, I see it every day. I see the Richard Williams show. $1 million, #1, the greatest of all time.
Serena Williams' dad, Richard.
We don't belong here. We belong someplace else. We belong back in the ghetto.
The Fresh Prince is playing King Richard.
I'm the assistant real tennis pro here at Queen's Club. I'm going to talk you through some of the rules of real tennis. This game is exactly like lawn tennis, and we play a set to 6. Okay, the slight difference is we have a few targets. This window just here, with all the bells, if you hit it in there, you get the point straight away. So this green box as well, that's a target too. This window here, this is our dead on. If you hit the ball in here, again, you win the point straight away. It's a very simple game until we start talking about these lines on the floor. These lines on the floor are what we call chases, and chases are a mechanism we use to change server. In theory, the server can serve the entire match until the receiver gets a chase. The chase happens when the ball bounces on one of these lines. Wherever that second bounce landed, I as the server would make a note of that. We will continue playing until one of us, server or receiver, gets to 40, i.e. game point, 40 advantage. We would then change sides. The receiver who's now serving is trying to prevent me getting the ball past this line. And that's the very simple rules of real tennis.
Real tennis evolved over 3 centuries from an earlier ball game played around the 12th century in France, in that it involved hitting a ball with a bare hand and later with a glove. This game may have been played by monks in monastery cloisters, but the construction and appearance of courts more resemble medieval courtyards and streets than religious buildings. By the 16th century, the glove had become a racket. The game had moved to an enclosed playing area, and the rules had stabilized. Real tennis spread across Europe, with the papal legate reporting in 1596 that there were 250 courts in Paris alone, near the peak of its popularity in France. Let us now connect the dots. Obviously, at some point in history, royal families with white complexions took over. But if it's in fact true that iconoclasm was occurring in the 15th century for past artistic and religious works, this would firmly place Richard I of England in a historical position to be of darker complexion. Not only that, Richard was born in the middle of the 12th century, in 1157, which would place him in the very time period where the origins of tennis started. Though he had English blood and was the King of England, he spent most of his time in the France region on crusade as he was invested as the Duke of Normandy. Richard was also known to be a sportsman.
Knighted and experienced in war, with lands and income all of his own. So what did he look like? Well, he was extremely tall, he was handsome, like his parents. He had red blonde hair and bright blue eyes. This was a young man with long arms and long legs and in a state of superb physical fitness and ability. The medieval knight was one of the most effective warriors in world history, requiring years of training in the martial arts and mastery of the warhorse. And Richard excelled at these things more than anything else.
It'd be a logical assumption that he took part in the jeu de paume, or game of palm, helping it to become the sport of kings. Now that we understand the black royalty of Europe enjoyed playing tennis like Richard Williams enjoyed tennis,